What is going on, man? This your boy Meech. We are back again with another one. Thank you guys for joining in on the Steel Talk podcast. Be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to comment, man. I put in some pinned comments. Get in the comment sections. Let's have the conversation. Subscribe, hit the bell notifications, man. I'm trying to build this up, man. I'm trying to build this up from the ground up, man. Be sure to check out our sponsors over at 4TF the brand. Use code Steel Talk 25 to get your 25% off. Their website 4TFclothingco.com. Go over there and check those guys out, man. Get some hoodies, get some shirts, get some hats, socks, shoes, watches, all kind of stuff, man. Go check them out. So we got to get into it. The draft is over with. I graded it a B. Give them an A minus at that. Like, give them an A minus. Like, the Steelers added to their team. So they did good in the draft. So the draft is over with. Now we got wait for the season. You got rookie minicamp coming up May 9th. OTAs, off-season workouts. That's May 27th through the 29th and June 3rd through June 5th. Mandatory minicamp starts June 10th to June 12th. So that's the next couple things right there where we could really get to see these guys on the field. And granted, I think everybody looks good in minicamp. I think everybody looks good in minicamp. So the real test, I would really say, like with the additions that we got, probably preseason when we really see them guys in some real game action with the pads on and stuff like that. So, but yeah, other than our top picks, man, most of these guys are just depth pieces. Some of them gonna have to make their way on through the special teams and things like that. So we just got to see. But they got a lot of depth, and this is what I said the Steelers needed to do. The Steelers needed to add to their team. So then when you go get that quarterback, you can just drop him in. Go get the weapons, go build the trenches, whatever the case may be, and then drop the quarterback in. That's why I said I wouldn't be too upset if this year it was a losing season. You know, I wouldn't be too upset with that. Do I want them to just go out there and, you know, blow it, throw it, forget it, we're just going to lose? No. No, not at all. Not at all. That's not the Steelers. And that's not me. Let's go win. But at the same time, don't get so caught up on the outcome of it. It's because you know you're building. And like I said, it's a 2-year plan when it comes to the Steelers getting back to that dominance or whatever, you know. So, yeah, 2-year plan. Don't be so concerned on the outcome. If it's a losing season, okay, great. That means the Steelers get to go up and get a top 10 pick. Something that we haven't had since 2000. Like, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. So, and yeah, we passed on quarterbacks, but we all know why that was. That was because we had Big Ben, and we wasn't ready to move on past Big Ben. So, yeah, you can't even blame that. So, and with the quarterbacks we have had, they ain't been no top 10 picks. They ain't been no top 15 picks. Come on now. None of them ever was the guy. And we're going to get into that quarterback conversation a little bit later on. Because that's the only check mark. But, yeah, as far as the season go, Steelers fans, we cannot be so caught up on, oh, this is the year. We got to win that playoff game. No, we don't. Yes, it will be nice. Yes, that's the ultimate goal. The real ultimate goal is the Super Bowl. But, yeah, we got to break that streak. I'm ready for that to end. So, yeah, man, don't be so caught up on what the Steelers are doing this year. It's this year and next year that you need to be focused on. We seen what we did this year. Okay, so next year, what are we going to do next year to put us over that hump that the year coming in, that season? So that's how I feel about it. Like I said, the Steelers, I think they did their thing in the draft. No, it was not the best draft. The Steelers did some things that we didn't even expect. Passing on Shedeur, drafting Jack Sawyer, getting Will Howard in the 6th. I mean, which was a value pick, you know. That's not a bad pick. When you talk about picking value, picking production, like that was a great pick for great selection for that pick. So I'm not mad at it overall. And my boy Black, love it, love it. I went and watched some tape on him, some more tape on him, man. That D line, oh man, Black is somebody that can go in there and tackle a Derrick Henry, and I love it. I love it. I love it, man. So let's go ahead and get into this, man. The Steelers quarterback room still in question. It's still in question. We don't. When is Aaron Rodgers signing? We don't know when Aaron Rodgers is signing. We don't know if Mason Rudolph gonna be the guy. It's a good chance we probably know that Will Howard definitely not gonna start because Mike Tomlin don't like starting rookies. But you never know. What if Aaron Rodgers don't sign? Mason Rudolph is trash, and everybody's calling to see for Will Howard. He might get in there. He might get in there. I could probably see it being like midway through the season, close to the end or something like that. But to start the season, no. Will Howard's not going to be in there. Will Howard's not going to be in there. And honestly, I want him to sit. Rock it with Mason Rudolph. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. You know, he saved the season that day. He took the Steelers to the playoff. Now, he lost that game. But hey, who's to say that we've been losing them? Who's to say who's going to win that anyway? So, and that brings in the question of if the Steelers do rock with Mason Rudolph, how many wins do you see? More or less of 8.5 wins? And get in the comment section. Let me know. Let me know. If the Steelers rock with Mason Rudolph for the start of the season, do you see them winning more or less than 8.5 games? 8.5 games. Honestly speaking, for me, I think, and I said this to my partners. I said he can give us 8 wins, and Mike Tomlin and that defense can throw in the ninth. Can throw in the ninth win. I think so. Basically, I would go for, if I had to bet on that, more or less, 8.5 wins, I go less. If we rocking with Mason Rudolph, I'll go less than 8.5. If it's solely on Mason Rudolph, what Mason would bring. And I think it's one of them wins, or losses, one of those losses where, kind of like a Baltimore Ravens, the AFC North games, like, you won by a touchdown. It was tight all game. You know, defense really led that game, and you probably just won by a field goal. Or the Steelers couldn't get the field goal to tie the game up, or something like that. So you won by a field goal. I can see that happening, and I would not put that past Mason Rudolph. And I wouldn't blame him. That's just typical AFC North football. That's all that is. Just typical AFC North football. So I think, and we got to get into the Aaron Rodgers situation on this. And when I say Aaron Rodgers, you know, I called for him to be there before the draft. I felt like the Steelers need to know that Aaron Rodgers is going to sign before the draft. It did not happen that way. I also thought the Pat McAfee show was going to be when Aaron Rodgers dropped. And so 2 times. 2 times we all been wrong, because I'm pretty sure there's other people out there that thought the same thing. We all been wrong. And that just goes to further tell us that Aaron Rodgers is doing whatever the hell he want to do. Nobody's going to tell him otherwise. So, you know, he's not going to change for nobody. And he said he got things that he's working on, you know, with his family, taking care of some close ones to him. I saw reports that it was some people that he knew that lost their houses in the fire or whatever. So, Aaron, go do your thing. I'm not saying nothing on that. Go do your thing. But the Steelers, and maybe they do. They need to. And it's, like I said, maybe they do. It's reports out there saying it's positive assurances that he's coming, but what is that? Go ahead and just say it. If that's the case, bro, just come on out and say that you're going to the Steelers. Then we don't have to talk about this at all, you know. But it's always going to be a topic of conversation, as much as we probably don't want to talk about it. But it's going to be a topic of conversation until he signs. And then after he signs, or if he doesn't sign, Then we got to talk about, okay, what Mason's going to do. Or are you going to get a Kirk Cousins? Me personally, I don't want to go get Kirk. I don't want to go get. If you taking on that now, if Atlanta's taking on the contract, throw a 6th-round pick, 7th-round pick over the 6th-round pick, 5th-round pick. Throw it over there. Really a 6. Really a 6 for Kirk Cousins, and you take on the contract. I don't want it. I don't want the Steelers to get a quarterback under contract. I don't think that's good for the Steelers in these years coming. You know, like I said, George Pickens is over there. I say pay the man. Well, if you pay George Pickens and you paying a big contract to a quarterback, you can't do that. Somebody got to go. And I'm not rocking with George Pickens' trade. And it came out saying that the Cowboys was nearly on a deal for George Pickens during the draft. If that thing was less than a second, I was not gonna be okay with it. That's why I said I called my all my people I know that's Cowboys fans. Hey man, y'all go ahead and stay over there. Don't come over here getting George Pickens. Not with it. George need to stay. You pair that up with DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers come in. I feel like that'd be if Aaron Rodgers comes, that'd be our best way of getting, I don't even want to say that. No, I don't even want to say that because it also depends on the type of quarterback you getting from Aaron Rodgers. Are you getting the beginning of the season of the Jets, Aaron Rodgers, or later on in the season, closer to the end, Aaron Rodgers? It all depends. So, but like I said, that's a question. That's a conversation for after he signs. What type of quarterback are you getting in Aaron Rodgers when he signs? That's still out there, man. Hey, get in the comment section. Let me know. Let me know on it. So, but yeah, I'm not with the George Pickens trade. I'm not with none of that. Not with getting no big contract. Kirk Cousins, you can stay over there unless it's a 6th-round pick and Atlanta's playing the money. Then you bring him in if Aaron Rodgers don't come. But I don't know. Then do you rock with another do you rock with Mason Rudolph or do you rock with Kirk Cousins? I don't know. I think I'm still pulling for Mason, man. I think I'm still pulling for Mason. Even in that situation. I think I'm still pulling for Mason, man. Mason been here before. When Kenny Pickett got hurt, you turned to Mason. You stayed with Mason even when Kenny Pickett got better, got healthy, was ready to get back in the game. You still rock with Mason. Now you let Mason go, and Mason probably already knew he wasn't getting no contract from the Steelers. So you let Mason go and test the free agency market. He went over there to Tennessee. Tennessee didn't work out, and it wasn't solely on Mason. I think it was the team as a whole. So, and now you bring him back in. Give him a shot, bro. Give him a shot. At least, maybe not, I don't know, maybe not a full season. Like, if he's playing terrible by the end of the season, maybe not. Then you switch over to a Kirk Cousins or Will Howard. But, yeah, I think I'm rocking with Mason. If it's not Aaron Rodgers, I think I'm rocking with Mason. And we just see what happens from there, bro. If we just see what happens. If y'all agree, man, get in the comment section. Let me know. I want to hear thoughts. I'm not trying to say Mason is better than the Aaron Rodgers, better than the Will Howard. None of them. Like, I just feel like you got to give Mason that shot. You went back and got him for a reason. We all knew Mason was either going to be the backup, always going to be the backup plan. Like between Mason and Will Howard, Harold's already know he's the third quarterback. He already knows he's the third quarterback. He's second behind Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers coming. I'm saying Aaron Rodgers coming. Aaron Rodgers coming, Mason Rudolph, Howard. We already knew that. They already knew that. So if you're gonna do that, then yeah, just go ahead and rock with Mason. Let's see what Mason can do. And if it sucks, if it's bad, it's terrible. Like I said, y'all, this is the throwaway year. Throwaway year when I say, okay, this ain't working, we getting away with it. We throwing that away. We're throwing that away. We're moving on. We're not doing that no more. So, and that's why it kind of goes into what I was saying with the prove it year for these guys, the O-line. If it's not hitting, if Jones is not hitting, you got to move on from Jones. You got to move on for Jones, and you know what you're doing in the draft that following year in Pittsburgh. You already know what you're doing in the draft in Pittsburgh. You're moving on for Jones. If he's not hitting this year, scrap that. Some people, like I said, I don't like calling for jobs, but some people jobs might be on the line. I let the Steelers make that decision. Or Rooney, like Tomlin, whoever. I let them make that decision. I won't make that decision, but yeah. Yeah, so and I wouldn't get too hung up on this season. I think you rock with Mason. That's going to be the backup plan, and you see where it goes from there, man. You see where it goes from there. The quarterback situation, and trust me, I think Will Howard's going to be something. I mean, he did win a national championship, but like we say, that team was stacked. So that team was stacked, and you were supposed to do that. So and that's what I'm saying the Steelers are doing right now. Stack the team. Then insert the quarterback. Hell, make it a quarterback battle between Will Howard and whoever you draft in the first round if you move up. But then at the same time, if you moving up for a quarterback, shouldn't he be the starter? I don't know, man. I like Will Howard though. I went back and I watched some of his tape. My boy got some wheels on him. He's not the fastest, nothing crazy, but yeah, it's something Pittsburgh ain't have in a long time. The wheels on Will Howard. Yeah, we ain't had that in a long time, man. I'm telling you. Maybe with Justin Fields, but yeah. And the boy just loved ball. He just loved ball. He just want to play ball. He was sitting there, saw a video, he was sitting there with his dog on the couch. And then y'all let me know when I get drafted. So let's get into this. The Steelers. The Steelers invited Debo Williams from South Carolina. Invited him to rookie minicamp. So, and y'all already know, if you don't know, I'm biased. I'm biased already. I'm already telling you I'm biased. Forever the USC. Gamecocks. Let's go. I hope he can join. And it ain't going to be no major role or nothing. It's another depth piece. He got to add to the special teams, kickoff, field goals and stuff like that. He got to make his way in on that. But Debo Williams started in Delaware in 2020 as a red shirt before transferring to South Carolina for 4 seasons, starting in 2021. He was a rotational role in 2 starts in 2022 before becoming a full-time starter in 2023 and team captain. In 2023, he had 12 games where he racked up a team high 113 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 3 pass breakups, and 1 sack. He was first team all SEC selection. Now in 2024, he took a step back, only playing 589 snaps after playing 779 snaps the year before. 6'3", 225 pounds, running 4.85. He ain't gonna be no starter on the team. Something major stardom. But it's a nice. You're getting a good tackler out of him. Kind of small. It didn't test the greatest, so like I said, maybe a special teamer if he can earn a spot on the roster, and we'll just see from there. But like I said, I'm biased all because he went to South Carolina. Let's go. All because he went to South Carolina. I'm with it, man. But that's my time, man. We're going to see what else comes out. Be sure to get in that comment section, man. Let me know. What do y'all think the Steelers are doing? Where do y'all think the Steelers are going? What do y'all expect from the Steelers after the draft? Possibly getting Aaron Rodgers, possibly not getting Aaron Rodgers. Tell me what you think, man. It's your boy Meech, and I'm out.